Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things already rolling. It's a searching pass. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Very nicely done. Good spot, that. It's not an especially good pass, that. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's not gone well.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Something rather special, Jim, isn't there, about Take Kubo's outrageous... Oh, he's having a go! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Xavi Alonso, it's really nicely played. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
First quarter of an hour gone. Kubo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he is deftly away. Zanetti gets it clear. And the keeper's got it again. Pepe has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Neither side yet able to find the net. And here's Drogba. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Ronaldinho. Gerrard. Cafu. Cross to the back post. Romero can get it clear. Chooses to go crossfield. No, he's not getting past him there. Gerrard. Cafu. For Olise. Seedorf. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. For Olise. Almost half an hour in now. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. And it's Gerrard. Olise. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, now here's a good... Olise!
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Alaba. And it's Xavi Alonso. Ronaldo might just make this. He's picked his way through. Neither of these two want to come off second best. He's found... Oh, shooting chance! Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Messi! That's a fine save.
Absolutely terrific, terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best.
cuts out the supply. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Xavi Alonso. Played out towards the right wing. Ronaldinho.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Gerrard, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. That's good running with the ball. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Brazil with the corner, they're first. Rooney with the short one. He's in a great position here. Seedorf. Cafu. Gerrard. It's Rooney! And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So we reach the halfway point.
Brazil certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. Away we go again.
Brazil have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Brazil have a free kick. Shot could be on. Olise! Now, who's going to be first to this? Denied by an instinctive save.
Olise really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then. Rooney goes short. In by Rooney. Referee has taken his time, but it is going to be another corner. Corner number 3 coming up. And it's been taken short. Hangs in across, and a header! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Brazil get their 4th corner. Olise. And here's Rooney. And the shot! And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Aguero. Spread to the right. He plays one through. Cafu. Olise is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Rooney. He's chosen to go back. And he's picked it up out wide. Ball swung in. Rijkaard can get it clear.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Kubo going fake. It's a goal! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Zanetti. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. For Olise. And it's Gerrard. Rooney. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Rooney simply can't escape his critics. He deserves an earful after that.
Passing is crisp and sharp. He has a look up. Taken back almost at once. Gerrard. And this is Drogba. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And he's there to make the challenge. Ronaldo showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Showing good feet. Rooney! So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Williams, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Just eases him off the ball. Gerrard. Played out wide. Now it's Williams. And it's Seedorf. Half an hour gone in the second half. And there's the shot! He's got away with one there.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 6.
Paris Saint-Germain choosing to make the first change.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Showing great feet there. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
He can run onto that. Ronaldinho has it in a wide position, lofted in. Forced to go back. He's having a hit! That caused a fair bit of alarm.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
Kaka. And here's Bale. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Gerrard. And it's Zanetti.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well, that looks a decent ball.
Il y aura 2
Great
minutes de
vision.
temps additionnel.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Aimed beyond the defence. They huffed and they puffed, but that will be that. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So off we go then. Pepe making himself the star of this show. Hard to believe, really, that he's already made it up to 300 appearances.
Well, Peter, I can't attest to this personally, not having made it to that many appearances myself, but you only need to look around to see not just how much it means to him, but everyone that's here and beyond. This is a huge moment.
And that's from behind for a goal kick. What a throw in. Roberto Baggio. Baggio going face to face with his great rival. Ronaldo picks it up out wide. Olise.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Marcelo. And it's Kaka. Gerrard does really well to win the ball there. Rodri. Nesta. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Cafu, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. He's going to be disappointed with that. Gerrard. Brazil controlling the possession in this early phase. Now it's Rooney. Gerrard. Forlan. Can he get it through? Can he get on the end of this? Aviati breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Now it's Kaka.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
And here's Olise. Cafu. And he was alert to it. Gerrard. That's really well manoeuvred.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Oh, it's Gerrard. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Nesta has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. And it's Marcelo. Kaka. Here's Rodri. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's a good run down the left. Now it's Forlan. And here's Rooney. Marcelo has the space to scheme. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Otto. And it's Gerrard. Rijkaard. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi. And Messi! Messi! Oh, that is beautiful! A finish right from the top draw.
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
So the first moment of real significance.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Gerrard looking for the chance to skim one in from range. Cristiano Ronaldo. That's good defending, very good defending. Cafu did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
And he's forced to go back.
Brazil truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. Pepe. Marcelo. Now it's Kaka. Kaka venturing down the left. Marcelo. Nice bit of trickery. And here's Rooney. Threads one in. It's a promising position. Gerrard. And they can counter here. For Messi. No, he refuses to take the bait. It's come to nothing.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Marcelo. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Brazil currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 20.
Away we go again.
Vai ser substituído
Brazil
pelo
can
jogador
really do with some bigger
camisa
names
11.
standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Aimed beyond the defence. Gerrard.
Oh, really well played.
Very nicely done. Caresses it through. Bale stood his ground strongly. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, great feat, that.
Tries to pass it through, shoots! Now that is a hefty challenge. And the counter is on. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Now that looks a decent ball. Driven in. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner.
Substituição no time do Brasil.
Brazil are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now.
Camisa 4.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Para a entrada de camisa 23.
And now a sudden chance to counter.
Camisa 13.
And this is Rooney, and he's managed to get free. Brazil still trailing by one, and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. And here's Rooney. Marcelo. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cristiano Ronaldo, never the sort to be shot shy. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Zanetti makes the interception. And it's Gerrard. Stood up well to him there. Distributed tidily. Looking to play him in. That's a shade optimistic.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue, and they'll get...
Rooney is the guilty party there. Oh, no messing about, it is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Messi. Oh, nice touch. Gerrard. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. The ball has bounced loose now. That's a corner kick. And it's hoisted clear. Cross flung in towards the middle. There's the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And that is expertly dealt with. Nesta is very much of the non-shall-pass school of defending. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Bale. Bale will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Nesta. Looking for options for movement. Defending was strong and firm.
Brazil really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Big chance! And a neat finish! And he celebrates his 30th goal. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Starting to look very interesting, this.
Brazil really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
Well, that's well spotted. And it's Baggio. Nicely weighted ball. Has a look up and delivers. And that's been well dealt with. Bale. Looking for a runner. Can he get onto this? Messi chasing after it. Rodri. Marcelo. That's a cute ball. Cannavaro calmly anticipates. Roberto Baggio quietly revving up. Dani Olmo. Rijkaard. And it's Olmo. Roberto Baggio. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, needed to be more decisive in the end.
Look, if they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive.
This ended up in no man's land. If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now. He's well positioned here. And this is Ronaldo. Pepe getting this one clear. That's the throw. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. So, time for a potential game changer.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents.
Abiati, and that is the last of the action. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, for Pepe, this is the time to get that stern focus in his eyes.
Yes, it's that look that says, I'll win at all costs, and you better be prepared for what's coming.
Well, he knows, doesn't he? He just knows. At the core of his game is winning battles, physical, aerial, mental. To him, winning, however he does it, matters most. Hangs in a cross.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Kimmich. So first. Pepe. And it's James Rodriguez. Knocks it into space. Vinicius Junior is onto this. Marcelo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's to Paul. Gerrard. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. Terengganu are looking to break at pace. It's a throw-in. Kimmich. Nice-looking ball. Vinicius Junior is wide and looking to get onto this. Getting up there! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
Brazil yet to have an attempt on goal. Marcelo is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Looks to the other side. Seedorf. That's Gerrard. Cafu. And here's Seedorf. Cafu. That's a throw. Seedorf. Cafu. That's tidy. Looking for options for movement. And they've got rid. And he's forced to go back. Pepe. Turlan. And it's James Rodriguez. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. And here's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior charging forward, the ball at his feet. Kimmich. Nicely shaped ball. Vinicius Junior has it out wide and in space. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Marcelo. Oh, no joy this time. And he was alert to it. Silvesh. Oh, can he get onto this? Pepe. Kimmich. Works it forward. And here's Hazard. Hazard going face-to-face with his great rival.
Well, this is intriguing.
This might tries a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Vinicius Junior is offering a wry smile there.
Cristiano Ronaldo! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Cafu carries the ball down the right. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Vinicius Junior gets into a good position. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Marcelo, and here's Vinicius Junior. He's got away, pings it across, and he's taking no chances there. Ronaldo going after that, and he's being shifted off it. Cafu, Gerrard. Vieira can so cleverly bypass the press.
Teremos minuto
Not
de
pretty, but it
acréscimo.
gets the job done. That's it, 45 minutes up. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. We're on the move again. So the first half brought no goals. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
James Rodriguez. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. That's a lovely, neat pass. Pepe. Sylvestre. Vinicius Junior. Marcelo, tidy with his distribution. Pepe. Now it's Darwin. Could move up a gear here. Cafu. And it's Vieira. And it's Gerrard. Looking for the run. Vinicius Junior picks it up out wide. Tries to play it through. Now the delivery. Oh, that's a fine interception. James Rodriguez is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Hazard. Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. Vieira is the guilty party there. Brazil can now introduce the first of their substitutes. There's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Well, it looks like he's playing his trump cards. That'll inject a lot of energy up front.
Spread out to the left. Called interception. Mbappe with the short one. Now this could be a chance! And that has been cleared. And he's in on goal! Lovely bit of skill. And it's Seedorf. Kimmich. And there's his chance to lead the counter. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Sylvestre. Brazil do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And this is Bale. Pepe. Here's Ronaldo. Not the most accurate pass. Marcelo needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal. Yeah, that's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 4, camisa 13. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 22.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Ronaldinho.
He's on it, can he get away?
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Cafu demonstrating his defensive quality there. Passing is crisp and sharp. Brazil have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, super ball! Terrific effort! And a neat finish! And late in the day, a telling moment!
Well, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Brazil have opted to make another change here.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 15. Sai para a entrada do jogador. Camisa 9.
Terengganu are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now.
Morris ended up in no man's land. Oh, good ball! And it's James Rodriguez. He can run onto that. That's been cut out, well played. Dembele, searching pass he's played there. Now he's just misjudged that one.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Yeah. Mbappe, never the sort to be shot shy. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out.
Teremos uma substituição.
Ronaldinho. And it's Dembele. And he gets rid in a hurry.
Foram
Brazil
indicados
have
4
reclaimed it
minutos de acréscimo.
into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Gerrard. Chance here to counter. Dani Olmo in acres of space out wide.
There they go, punting again.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Substituição.
And we're done. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutral. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. We're up and running then.
Well, Peter, at this stage we often focus on the creative and goal-scoring talent, but I'm going to mention a defender in Lilian Thuram. As good as they come for me, very strong and athletic and competent in every other department you care to mention.
Just about the perfect defensive specimen.
Yeah, and I think often underrated.
The ball is onto this, and it's been hooked away. The ball unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Cafu receives it in a wide position. Zanetti does really well to win the ball there.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Seedorf. Played out wide. Maldini. That's very neat. Adriano. Now it's Ronaldinho. Messi wants to run onto this. Adriano goes for a shot! So Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And here's Seedorf. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation. Rooney! Quality ball. Hops for safety. Vieira. Can he get on the end of this? Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against... Takes a shot! It's in! The first significant strike. Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
And it's Seedorf. Aims beyond the defence. That's tidy. And here's Mbappe. Vieira did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Desai with the clearance. De Paul. Lovely bit of skill. Nice bit of trickery. And he was alert to it. Brazil are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Now it's Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Leicester did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Raul. Looking for the run. Cafu gets into a good position. Desai with the clearance. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. This might spell danger. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Back towards the middle. And it's Messi. And here's a player who has defined a generation. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Too much much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Maldini is very much of the non-shell pass school of defending.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Vieira. De Paul. Out towards the flank. Shoots! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Mbappe. And the return pass. Maldini. And here's Raul. He's having a pop! Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Teremos minuto de
Nice
acréscimo.
Raul. Raul proves just a little bit too strong. Knocks it into space. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Brazil currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa
So
15.
right back into the action.
Sai para a entrada
Brazil
do
really
jogador.
need to bring up their
Camisa
intensity and
11.
rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Brazil do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
He is through here. Ronaldinho finding himself in space. And no, that was never going to make it. Desai. And it's Van Dijk. Raul is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Can he get onto this? Oh, fake. Takes the shot! And that tested the keeper.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Seedorf cannot be beaten that easily. Now it's Rooney. Casapia are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
This looks promising. Casapia have the chance to go the other way. Raul. Now, what about a counter-attack? And it's Ronaldinho. Adriano receives it in a good position here. Brazil can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
He's found a way through.
Brazil really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly. Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Bullish header! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And he's there to retrieve it. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Van Dijk is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Brazil do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Turan. Desai. Good-looking ball. Raul. Vieira. Cafu. He slings it in. Desai attempts a clearance. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Crunching tackle. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Well, that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 14, camisa 21, camisa 13.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 80.
And he's in on goal.
Camisa 10.
And the shot! It's a goal! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly. I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Pepe, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he's picked it up out wide. Van Dijk with the clearance. Close shot at goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Kaka is offering a wry smile there. The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. And now they can spring out of defence.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And a header! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
And he's forced to go back. Hasebe looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now it's Del Piero. And time is up. Brazil were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply...